Saw a lot of nice stuff out here today. It's just beautiful. Definitely found a couple places I'm going to bow hunt in December. Lots of rubs, and the rubs are older, you know, from early in the year. They don't do a whole lot of rubbing this time of year. Some active scrapes, like this one right here. Look at that one. That's a beauty. It's got some fresh tracks in it. Got a nice licking branch overhead. And that is just recently scratched up. That's an awesome scrape there. Here's some tracks right down in there. Fresh droppings all over in there. Well, there's a nice little cedar right there. It's not green, so I don't know that it'll make for a bow, but I think I might go ahead and take that one and try my hand at making a walking stick out of it. Looks like it'll be just the right size to trim it down a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hatchet out and drop that little tree and take it home with me. That's a nice one there. Nice and straight. Beautiful piece of cedar. I think I'll take it off probably about up here. Give me room to work with. Take out the branches. Well, I guess I probably ought to start making my way out of here. It's actually starting to get a little bit darker in here. I think it's a little bit after 4. It's going to take me, well, close to an hour to walk out of here, so probably need to head back. I'm far enough back in the swamp now that you can't even hear the highway. I'm well over half a mile into this swamp, so I didn't get the stick I wanted for a bow, but I did get this nice little cedar here that I'll turn into a walking stick, or I'll try. I've never made one before, but I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see what happens. Well, I'm back at the house and I'm going to start working on my stick. You can see I got about 8-footer here, I guess, probably. Doesn't have a whole lot of branches or anything that were on it. Pretty dry, but I think I'll be able to use most of it. Like I said, I've never made a walking stick before, but this looks like a good piece, and I'm going to give it a try. I think the first thing I need to do is knock these little knots and branches off of here, then remove the bark, and then I can start whittling away at it. And since I've never done it before, I don't know, really what I should be using, but what I'm going to use is, well, I got a little hatchet here that I use to knock them branches off. I've got, got my basic smaller hunting knife that I think will work good for probably getting rid of some of the bark and doing some of the carving. And then I've got a bigger knife here, which this one's really cool. This is actually a case my buddy made. Mike Petrie, my lifelong friend, hunting partner, he actually built this box for me. And what's in here is one of my favorite knives, sharpening stone, honing bar. This honing bar is probably 70, 80 years old. Deer antler handle. This was my grandfather's. This knife is that old at least. My grandfather actually made this. He used this to butcher his deer and whatever, chickens and whatever. And this has been around for 70, 80 years, and it is sharp, and it takes an edge, and it works great. So I think between these couple tools here, I think I can do what I got to do. So we'll have at it. Oh, and of course I got my headphones and my music. Gotta have those. We'll start by just removing some of the branches here so I can just kind of knock them off there. Of course, my wife's loving the idea that I'm doing this in the living room.
Not.
She says not. Some of them I'm going to leave. I'm not going to have to take them all the way down. These up here I want down, but that'll probably be down towards the ground end, and well, we'll just see how it goes actually. Yeah, I'm making a mess. Of course, I gotta watch out behind me. This is my little craft corner. I got all my painting stuff and my beach glass and just all my craft stuff here. Kind of where I do my thing. That works. I'm just going to keep going like that, and then I'm going to see what I can do about getting that bark off there. And I'm thinking this might work for stripping that bark, but it might even be a little too sharp. It cuts right into the wood, but that's okay. But yeah, it seems to work pretty good. I might even be able to use the back side. And down there's not a whole lot of bark because this was, a dead tree, so a lot of that bark's already gone from that lower part. Or actually, this was the upper part of the tree. Now up on this end here, there's still quite a bit of bark. So this was down by the ground, but this is going to take it right off of there. smooth. Still got some nice rustic look, got some knots on it. Just about right to fit my hand around, so it's not too small, not too big. Very lightweight, but heavy duty being cedar, but very light. Kind of did a little makeshift morel mushroom on top there. And being cedar, it should just about last forever. Not too bad. Alright, well I got her just about whittled down. Got most of the branch nubs taken off of there, so it's fairly smooth. I knocked it down to about 4 feet, so it would fit just about anybody. I did a little more detailing on the top here with my mushroom. Did a little carving in there. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually burning it in there to make it look like it's dark and, you know, grooves there. And I'll show you what I'm doing to do that. It's pretty simple, really. What I've got is a piece of copper wire, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a little propane heater. And I just put that right in there. You can see that end changing color already. She's hot. And I know it's super hot. And I just take it up here, put it on that wood, and it burns it. There we go. Just like that. And I'm just doing that in those grooves I carved to give it that extra look of depth there. Because they're not real deep, maybe, you know, 1/16 of an inch. I didn't want to go too deep into the wood, but this will just add to it. Plus it smells great. Alright, well I got my first stick done there. So you got a nice coat of spar urethane on there. Actually you got 4 coats on there. Got the end all wood burned, kind of look like a morel mushroom. And then I put a little lettering on there to, well, just kind of explain what to do with this stick. The stick I'm actually going to leave at a trailhead somewhere and let somebody else take it, and hopefully they'll take a picture or at least go to my Facebook page at Brats and Mustard and kind of log in and say where they found it and where they took it, and take it somewhere else and then leave it for the next person. So we'll probably go out later today or tomorrow and take it for a little walk and leave it somewhere.